Up against a very expensive Royal Thane. Wow, javelin to the head. Oh, decapitation as well. That's gonna hurt. G'day guys, Jujubear here. Welcome back to the channel. We are looking at another unfortified town assault. I'm really liking the gameplay that you can get with this newest DLC, the Age of Charlemagne, just because of the way that the infantry performs up against cavalry, up against other infantry, up against archers as well. So it's really nice to see a change in balance. Now I have brought the I think it's the Kingdom of Charlemagne. My teammate has brought the Danes, or the Kingdom of the Danes, and we are coming up against fuck, I can't remember any of the factions. It's Mercia, yeah? You like the Spanish kind of ones, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like Kingdom of Mercia or something like that. So what I've done is I brought a couple of different units, so they're kind of tiered. So I got Levy Spearmen, 1, 2, 3, and 4, yep. And I've got 4 Armored Spearmen as well, I believe. 1, 2, 3, and I believe there's another one somewhere. So what I'm hoping to do is hold the areas near the watchtowers. So there's one over there, there's one over here, and there's one over here and there, just so that we can enable those watchtowers to fire on our opponents, and just so we can buy ourselves some time. And in my core, I've got these armored spearmen just guarding the entrances to this little mound. So you can see a couple of entrances, 1, 2, 3, and I do have a lot of archers. So levy archers, fairly cheap. 1, 2, 3, 4 levy archers. So I'm going to bring this armored spearman up and present a wall here, just to prevent him from taking the position. I do have a skirmish cav that I brought in to harass his horsemen. I've already got 3 kills already on these horsemen. Over on this side, our enemy has got 3 of these feared archers. Royal Thanes, Royal Companions, Thanes, select spearmen. Looks like he's got 4 of them. 2 select axemen, and 2 horsemen up there. So pretty standard stuff. Nice selection of different infantry. This player's got a fair bit more concentration of select archers, so it looks like he's focus firing on our units, and it seems to be working quite well for him actually. Destroying one of these levy spearmen on the way. So Thane, select spearmen, Royal Companion General, select spearmen, 2 select axemen, and 2 horsemen. So it looks like they've pretty much mirrored their builds here, and they're doing a little bit of a pincer movement. So attacking from 2 different sides, trying to split us up, I suppose. Now my teammate has opted to defend. Oh yeah, and I've got a couple of these very expensive units in the center here. So 2 armored swordsmen and my paladin guardsmen, I believe. Now these will be kind of like my elite core that I'll use at the late game and just repel our enemies once they are worn out. Now my teammate the Dane has brought a couple of these spearmen, a lot of archers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's manning the center of the battlefield with them. We're going to see a charge in here with the Thanes into these levy spearmen, and we are getting some very good rear shots with our archers into these Thanes as well, so we'll pretty much shred that unit straight away. Wow, one of them's head's caught fire. That is unfortunate, mate. Sorry about that. So he's charging into spearmen now, and I have engaged with my armor spearmen over here as well. So these armor spearmen are my elite spear units. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be sandwiched here, but it does mean that we were able to get some pretty good kills on these Thane units, especially with our firing into the rear and all. And it looks like they are going to take this watchtower as well, so that's fairly unfortunate for us. Now, I have managed to bottleneck this area with my armored spearmen. They are going to hold up for a very long time up against these fairly crappy units, and our opponent here is just going to pile them in, which is exactly what we want. And I'm getting some fairly good shots in here with my levy archers. They're going to get a lot of kills on these units that are all bunched up and nice and juicy and ripe for the picking. Now, I'm going to bring my skirmisher cav around. Again, I'm just being annoying. I'm being super annoying. with my units. So my skirmisher cav already got a few kills now, and I'm going to start bringing him around and just seeing if I can fire into the rears of my opponent. I'm going to hit that booty. Flaming shot coming in here. Probably going to rout this Thane. And these select axemen getting a punishing. This is absolutely brutal, the amount of fire that's coming in on these units here. Though they do all have shields, as you can see. Lifting them is in unison. So they're going to have a fairly good missile block chance. Wow, it doesn't look like they actually took that watchtower. I don't know what my opponent here is doing on this side. Because he didn't actually take that watchtower. That's unfortunate for him. So my armor spearmen are in a pretty tough spot, but we are going to manage to hold them out with these spearmen. Wow, the fire coming in here onto these armored spearmen from our opponent's archers here is pretty intense. So you can see I'm going to bring my skirmisher around, see if I can get into these archers here. But he's going to do the right thing and bring his horsemen around to defend. So over on this flank, we have engaged. My units are in spear wall. They're probably going to hold up for a little bit, but not heaps long. These select spearmen are not good units by any means. So they are going to crumble eventually.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Now, I see the threat here. Now, I was hoping to bring my levy archers back through this area, but it looks like my teammate has put this barricade in the wrong position. So it's facing the wrong direction. So I'm actually going to get caught by these spearmen as I try to run away. Now I'm going to try and figure out a way to get my archers back up here and into the safety of the high ground. But it doesn't look like that's going to be possible because the way is blocked by these select spearmen. So I'm going to have to try and do something about it. I use my levy spearmen to get this select spearman head on, and I'm going to fire into the rear of these spearmen here, and hopefully try and finish them off. And it looks like my plan has worked. My opponent actually let me run away and take shots, so it all just kind of seemed to work out very well, and I'm able to get my archers and bring them up into the top just in time as well, because he's got his horsemen trained on my archers there. My armored spearmen doing a fairly good job up against axemen and thanes, but it looks like it's due to the continuing fire from my teammates' archers here that we were able to inflict quite a bit of damage on these units. So again, a bit of a risky spot here. I'm going to have to try and make sure my archers don't get locked in, because our opponent here is kitchen sinking it through this little hole here. So just throwing everything he's got at me. Now I'm just threatening with my skirmisher cav, taking shots at him when he looks away. And again, these watchtowers, he needs to just take them. Like whenever you're playing any unfortified town assault, any siege, make sure you deal with the watchtowers, because they actually deal quite a lot of damage in the long run. If you just leave them for ages, they'll do this kind of stuff. Just pick away at your units. Definitely, well, not paying for themselves, but being a very big asset for us there. Armored spearmen repelling the charge from all these units. They are all now tired, so, and these royal companions not actually doing a very good job up against me either, so it just shows the power of having your units in spear wall. Now I think their general died, which is why all their units are starting to crumble. But our opponent is getting some very nice focus fire into that little glob of axe herdmen. Now again, my skirmisher cav going to throw some javelins into these cavalry units over here. See if we can catch a volley. I don't think they're close enough at the moment, so come back to that, I think. Over here, he really should be trying to get a rear charge, or at least take some rear shots into my levy spearmen here. But you can see that we're just working the angles, and again, his units are all clumped up, so we're going to get a lot of kills firing with our archers into this big old glob of units. Yeah, you can see the archers up on the wall over there. Just getting some very nice shots into this big old glob of units. And on the hill, my teammates spearmen repelling the attack. They're probably in spear wall at this point. Just doing a fairly good job. And up here you can see getting very nice shots into the back of these select axemen. They are taking fire from these field archers. but it's not going to be very effective, seeing as we're up on the high ground and defended by these wooden planks. See if we can catch some kills here. My spearmen about to crumble. But yeah, it's all about angles. If you can hold them and focus their attention in this direction, then you'll be able to get some nice rear shots with stuff like this, these archers. So our opponent's here. Let's just go into overhead view for a second. We're looking pretty sweet. We are looking okay. Repelling a lot of units here. I don't think we really have the need to get desperate so far. I mean, armored spears are definitely crumbling over on this flank here. So you can see me extricating my archers at this point. These spearmen getting a lot of kills. They're wavering at this point, very tired. But then I managed to hold up a lot of units and enable my archers to get the precise shots. My teammate plugging the gaps here. I've got a couple of units in reserve. Lots of archers with lots of ammo left. I did eventually take one of my armored swordsmen, and it looks like I'm going to take them around to this direction and man this barricade, because it is facing the correct direction. Wow, you can see villagers like standing around and stuff. It's cool. They're just kind of casually walking over, just breaking market stores, you know how it is. Sieges and all that. You got to break yourself a market stall. So my archers, what am I firing at here? Because I have got a fair bit of ammo here. So I've popped them into heavy shot, which is going to give them bonus versus infantry. What are these archers firing into? So it looks like just firing into the big old glob. So this is absolute suicide for our opponent here. He should really be holding his units back, conserving his men, just making sure he doesn't get shot too hard by the continued archer fire, because you can see that we're just getting a lot of kills on our archer units, like more than he really needs to let us. So it looks like I am focus firing on this select spearman just to get them off the field.
The walls are under attack.
Yeah, so basically just focusing on different units around the battlefield and making sure I deal with them before I move on. So our opponent has broken through this bottleneck. Looks like he's kind of standing around not knowing what to do. We did throw a spearman into the mix here. Oh yeah, and I brought my skirmisher cav in here, and I got a couple of kills on these archers. So kind of destroying effectively a fair bit of ammo of my opponents here. He did sneak up with one of his horsemen here, so I have to bring my paladin's guardmen into the back of these horsemen. We'll see if we can get some combat happening here. Whoa, pretty brutal stuff there. It's a little bit awkward, a little bit messy. The blood and gore is great. I really love what it brings to Attila. So again, I'm going to plug the gap with these armored horsemen, just to make sure that nothing pulls through, because I can see my opponent here is bringing a lot of units up to deal with us. Now, with this armored swordsman, I'm going to go into shield wall and actually hold. And my general has got the brace ability, so I'm going to put the brace ability on my own armored swordsman, just so I think it gives them extra like shield strength and melee defense and that kind of thing. So we'll see if we can catch the charge here. Again, shots just raining in on these Thanes. And it looks like our position has been made unassailable, because he's going to charge in his Thanes, probably not do too much damage straight off the charge, but I am going to be able to deflect a lot of damage back on these units as they try to break the walls. So seeing that he chose not to come around this side, I am able to bring my armored swordsman back. My armored spearmen over on this flank over here have been destroyed, but it doesn't matter because we are picking apart the opponent here. And Royal Thanes over here, very expensive unit here. So it looks like we're just trying to pour out of the gates and deal with this unit. Jesus. The amount of carnage is incredible. Headbutt. Nice. Sword against axe here.
The unit is running from the enemy.
So it is an axe herdman up against a very expensive Royal Thane. Wow, javelin to the head. Oh, decapitation as well. That's gonna hurt. As if you weren't already dead enough. So these Fjord Javelin men are gonna charge in along with these select archers. get a couple of kills. And the archer fire is going to be pouring in. I think that's me, actually. Focus firing on this royal companion. Yeah, with my archers. Just hoping to make sure that my the rest of my ammunition is put to good use. Over on this flank, our opponent has bunched together his units. So my swordsmen are getting some pretty easy kills. My own archers are up on the hill, but they don't really have a clear shot at the enemy here. I really should just be bringing him away like my teammate here and doing this kind of thing. Anyway, they don't have much ammo left. Now you can probably see here that I'm doing a bit of a sneaky with my Paladin's Guardmen. They are hidden. And I brought them around the sides of the city, and you can see what I'm going to target here. That's right, I'm going to go straight for these select archers. Make sure I can get a couple of kills in those units. I do have another armored swordsman ready to attack. And my own levy archers getting some very nice shots into this big old glob of enemies here. I think I am targeting the Royal Thane General, or possibly the Royal Companions, I can't really remember. Very heavy melee infantry there. And it looks like these axe herdmen are going to get surrounded and destroyed by an absolute fuck ton of archers and javelinmen. Not a good place to be. Yeah, you can see they're starting to waver there. But it doesn't matter because we've got our second line of defense here. These armored swordsmen looking more than capable and up for the job. I think I popped them into shield wall. So they're going to hold up to these mere archers and javelins and skirmishers fairly easy. But it looks like the Royal Companions have joined the fight now. And it's going to get a whole lot more serious. Skins. I'm so into the skins. I was saying in one of the previous battles that the Attila used to be a very bleak looking game. But it seems like this game is starting to get better now. Or at least it looks a lot nicer. So these Paladin's Guardsmen did a fairly easy job of killing off those select guardsmen. And we did manage to destroy this whole side of the enemy force. Looks like we're going to peel off a detachment and go down this lane here. Just so that we can maybe get a flank attack on these units. He has pulled away with most of his units here. We'll see if we can catch some of the combat down here. Man, the temperature has so much to do with my CPU core. I'm in Australia, playing it from Australia. And it is, I think it's like 36 degrees today. And my computer's struggling. I'm going to have to get some water cooling or some fans or something installed on my new computer. But yeah, definitely an uphill battle for our opponents here. And the archer fire is rolling in. The arc of fire is coming up and down upon these units. Definitely not in a good place. Royal Companions, they are exhausted, along with these Royal Thanes and Javelinmen. But yeah, my teammate's probably getting a lot of kills on these archers here. Oh! Oh! Damn! Good kill. Dude, this is brutal. Plenty of beheadings down here. See, these archers just have terrible like melee attack and weapon damage. And they're probably not really much of a match for these professional soldiers, these archers or armored swordsmen. Yeah, you can see I'm bringing my general around here to take out these few javelinmen. And I'm going to make my way out and resume like a different position just so I can get a nice rear charge. Because what I want is a nice clean connection with my opponent here. So again, just bringing those units out. Paladin's Guardmen. It's annoying that I can't really see the amounts of kills on these units just at the moment. But there are a lot of units on the battlefield at the moment. So we'll just follow these units into battle here. So Paladin Guardsmen Kang. These units are routing that are running across the screen here, so I'm going to have to try and make my way through them to get a good charge. But it doesn't look like that's possible just at the moment. So I'm probably going to have to pull out. Again, getting some kills on the way as well. Come on, stab him in the head. Kill. Oh, these guys. Looks like I'm chasing after these javelin here. So I'm just going to put it on forward here. Yeah, you can see our opponents are kind of outnumbered. By the end of the match, it kind of becomes a little bit more of a slogfest. In that, you know, the infantry are kind of weakened. I think the enemy general has just died at that point. And the last of the infantry for the Mercia alliance has just broken. So it looks like it's a... Whoa, lots of fire coming there, killing a lot of those Royal Thanes. So a Pyrrhic victory, apparently. Which I guess is true, like it's probably not worth it. So my Paladin Guardsman getting a lot of kills, 412. Which is actually pretty rare to see in an Age of Charlemagne battle. Armored Spearmen, 168, 204. All across the board, my archers getting over 100 kills, which is very good to see. And probably expected. My Skirmisher Cab being annoying as fuck. Just taking out a lot of archers and a lot of horsemen for my opponent. My teammate actually getting a lot of kills with his archers, doing a much better job with his skirmishers than I did. And his infantry also doing pretty well as well. Our opponent here, not really doing a great job. I mean, his Royal Thanes did okay, so did his Royal Companions, but that's always going to be expected when they get into combat with the right unit. So thanks guys for the game. Gonna have some more coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Jujubear signing out for now. Bye.